Out of nowhere. Hey everybody, Chris G here, Positively Progressing. Thank you so much for tuning in and for your continued watching habits. I got a new series to debut today. It's called Line of the Week. I know, pretty original, right? If you have a better name, please leave a comment below and we can rename it. I'm up for that. So, line of the week is going to be just that. It's going to be a line that I've been playing or have written or transcribed or something cool that I heard on Instagram or YouTube recently. I want to write the line out and I want to break it down on paper and have you guys see what it looks like. And that's line of the week. This week, we have a line that I wrote from the tune Out of Nowhere. If you don't know that tune, I highly suggest learning it or just listening to it. I'll leave a couple of my favorite versions of the song below, and I'll also leave a link below to this line written in all 12 keys. This is the first 5 bars of the tune. So without further ado, let's have a listen. Okay, so we're going to listen to it again just a little bit slower, and then we're going to go ahead and break it down on paper. Okay, so here we go. Here's the line written out, and here's the chords. So a quick little breakdown of the chords. So this is in concert key, and you guys will have, if you want to download it, you'll have it in all the keys, but this is concert key in G. So we have the 1 chord here, and then it goes up a minor third, and I think of this as like a 2-5 in A flat, and then we go back down to the 1 chord, and if we were to build this out a little bit more, we get G major 7 again, then it goes to the 3 and the 6, so 2-5 to the 2 chord, and then the 9th bar is A minor. But let's break down the line now. So a quick little backstory. When I was shedding this, I was thinking about using enclosures and using half-step resolutions. So you might find a common theme as we go through this that was kind of what I was working on at this time when I was recording myself. Which brings me to another point. If you're not recording yourself during your sessions, you should. It's really, really important to get that feedback and hear what you're doing so you kind of can listen back and adjust different things that you're hearing. It's really, really powerful to record yourself and learn from yourself. Also, if you end up liking something, transcribe yourself. Don't be afraid. Don't think that's weird. I know it sounds really strange because, we're transcribing all these masters, but developing your own voice and developing organic ideas can come from transcribing yourself and developing those ideas that you know really well that you're already hearing in your ear or in your mind and you're playing. So it starts out with an enclosure, and I'll kind of put parentheses like this around the enclosures and maybe circle the enclosed note so you can kind of see that. This is going to get pretty colorful pretty quick. All right, and then we're going up the scale there, and then it looks like we have another enclosure right here. So I'm closing the 5. So there's the 5. So right here I was enclosing the root. And then look, then a half-step resolution right here. I'll circle those in red. Half-step resolution down to the 1. And then I'm just using an arpeggio. So here's the 1, here's the 3, here's the 5 and the major 7. And then we have another half-step resolution here to the 5 of the B flat minor. And these next 4 notes are basically just thirds broken up. So if you ever practice your thirds and you're going do da do da do da, and then on the way down you're going ba do da do da do, just break those up. Maybe go down then up. So da da do da 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 do dee. Do something like that, and that's how you get this broken thirds feel, which ends up creating enclosures. Actually, let's count the enclosure around the flat 3, the D flat there. And then if you notice, these 2 bars, this bar here and this bar here, they're actually the same rhythms. So we have 4 eighth notes, we have a quarter note, and then we have an eighth note triplet. And it does the same thing in the B flat minor bar. And that's just something that I think I do naturally when I shed or when I practice or when I play. I repeat a lot of rhythms. I think repetition is really good. It helps your ear kind of hold on to something, and this isn't a complex rhythm. So I think having something simple too makes me kind of feel at home. And so that's probably why I did that there. I can't tell you exactly why I did that, but I think it sounds pretty hip. So, something my ears are drawn to. Okay, and now we're going to the E flat 7, and look, another half step resolution to the E flat there. And then I'm enclosing the flat 7 of the E flat, which is D flat. I've been doing that a lot lately. My ears have been drawn to doing enclosures around the flat 7, so I must have been kind of in that zone when I was shedding this. And the next thing I'm doing is just doing the digital pattern of 1 2 3 5, which Coltrane made so famous so many years ago, playing giant steps and all the different permutations and expanding on it. But this is just 1 2 3 5 from the flat 7 of the 5 chord. So that can sound really, really cool, and look what it does. It lines you up for a half step resolution. Oops, that's supposed to be in red. Half step resolution here to the 1. And then look what I do. Another enclosure around the 3. So as you can see, enclosures all over the place, half step resolutions all over the place. Like I said, this got pretty colorful pretty quick. And if you notice, all the half step resolutions and all the enclosures are done to chord tones, which is really important to developing a strong line and to also have people hearing the changes. You hear that all the time, hearing the changes. But if you played this, or when you do play this, when you shed this, the changes are pretty clear on what I'm doing. I wasn't trying to play anything fancy. I'm not a super fancy player. I'm not doing any, chord substitutions or tritone subs or anything. I'm just playing something that I wanted to really focus on being melodic, focus on enclosures, and focus on like those resolution points. And that was my whole goal for this shed session. And this is what came out. So back to me in front of the camera. Now let's have one more listen to it now that we've made such a colorful breakdown. And then I'll say goodbye. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the first week of Line of the Week. If you liked it, if you like my content, please feel free to give a thumbs up. It's always much appreciated. Stay safe, be well, and just remember, always positive, always progressing. Until next time, later.